but not much. 70-70. We go to overtime here at Santa Clara.
Well, you've given me my money's worth.
Again, Lance Becker joining with us here tonight. Again, how the Aggies, again, when they got down to 2 possessions there, and you got a great free throw at Johnson at the foul line. And again, the Aggies, again, he misses the second free throw. They come down. Then the clock started to be tough. Boy, they were tough all over, and Medlin found a way to throw in that three-pointer.
He stepped through 2 defenders. You know, we tried to run him off a ball screen. Ben came out to ball screen. It didn't work, so he steps between 2 defenders, then steps back and makes a three. It's an incredible athletic shot.
So 70-70. Utah State, first overtime, obviously, of this year. See, last year, in overtimes, the Aggies lost at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and was that the only overtime game we played last year?
Yeah, I think so. We weren't in enough of them to have overtime games, Bruce.
Won the 2 overtimer at Hawaii, so the year before. Won at Nevada in overtime the year before. So Utah State's overtime experience, they won at Fresno after Say hit that shot in 2009. And so really, when you look at it, Utah State has now been on the road 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 4 overtimes, they lost the last one, but they won 3 of the last 4 on the road in overtime.
You know, this is where I think Coach Moll does a great job. Is the first thing he says to him when he comes back to the huddle is, we're on the road, it went to overtime, all the pressure's on them. You know, the one negative that we have right now is we don't have Jared out there.
Yeah, Jared fouled out.
Yeah, who's done such a great job scoring around the basket.
And really, there's nobody else in any foul trouble now. There's nobody else that even has 3 on either team. So anybody else is going to be able to play. The Aggies have hit 70% of their shots. The only problem they've had in this game, again, has been throwing the ball away. That has been the big deal. No, they hit 70% in the second half. They haven't given us a game. Yeah, they just gave us the second half. That was second half. So for the game, the Aggies are at 55% now shooting for Cache Valley Bank. And the Broncos are 44%.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. But they just gave us a second half box score. Yeah. Now Foster had 14 in the second half and 12 in the first half. Boy, they were all in bunches when he scored it. So Keyshawn will jump center. And Berger and Stone, Medlin and Rowland will start for the Aggies.
Well, you know, we've done exactly what you asked for. We've got scoring by committee. They're all hovering right around double figures there. So in this short 5-minute period.
And the other thing, they showed a lot of guts from coming back early down in the road. They could have given up. They did not. They got it to overtime again, whatever. It's been they don't want to lose this close game now that they've led a lot of this game, but they get the tap to start the second half. Rockamore has it. Man-to-man for the Aggies as they attack that basket to the north. Rockamore around the screen to the left. Goes low with a pass, trying to get it down low. Trazzolini taken away. Oh, boy, Keyshawn got it and almost threw it away himself, but the Aggies have it.
Yeah, Keyshawn needs to slow down just a little bit with his passes and be a little bit more precise.
Again, the Aggies have got a bunch of turnovers in this game, 23, and still at 70-70. Berger out on the right wing. Covered by Foster. Comes over to Rowland on this side. That's his own defense for Santa Clara now, isn't it?
No, what they're doing again is that's a good call. What they're doing is they're taking Jordan's man. Jordan's out setting high ball screens, and they're just setting him in the middle of the paint.
Okay, that's the reason why it looked like zone.
Yeah,
he was playing nobody.
And like always, Foster's just sitting down there waiting to steal. I don't know what defense he's playing. He just tries to get steals.
All right, so Jordan Stone will shoot 1 and 1 at the foul line. That's the 8th foul on Santa Clara. Jordan Stone has had adventures at the foul line, but he gets 1 and 1 here. Left-hander pushes it away. Got it!
Excellent touch.
He had 1 rebound against Weaver. It was his season low. He's actually scored in 3 of the 4 games. Didn't score against St. Mary's. He has 3 points here tonight, and he's playing again right now. Now Clifford's going to come in for him to be a part of, I guess, defense for the Aggies. Jordan second, got it. Both of them in for Jordan Stone. And now Stone will go out, Clifford in. Jordan gives the Aggies a 2-point lead in overtime. 72-70. Good job, Steve Morrill says, for the sophomore.
But this is a matchup issue with the Tenga out there and Travolini out there. They're a little bit smaller, so it's a better matchup for us.
All right, yo-yo on the ball is Rockamore. Running on the screen, Johnson. Rockamore still has it on the left side. Big screen from Matanga. Now at the top of the key comes back Travolini. Now it's travel with a spin. Got away with a travel on the baseline. He's cut off by Berger's defense. He goes back out near the arc. 17 to shoot. Now Foster way out near the timeline. Berger on him defensively. They'll crossover on him. He rises, pulls up, 2-point shot short. Long rebound.
Yeah, that's foul on
That's going to be on, holding call on Atonga, keeping Clifford away. So Atonga gets his third. Clifford will shoot 1-1 at the other end. It's the 9th foul.
Yeah.
And Ben, of course, 8 of 9 on the year. Boy, he had a good block out on Atonga.
He did, Ben just sacrifices his body. I mean, he may not be a prototypical body for a four-man, but he's got the heart of a champion, that's for sure.
Minute 2 seconds into the overtime. Aggies again were at 70-70 at the start of the overtime. Now it's 72-70 Aggies, and Clifford can increase that to a 2-possession game. Then with the 1-1. Then dips the knees, looks, shoots, missed. They fight for the rebound. MacArthur gets it. So it's still just 72-70 Aggies. 3:55. Second trip down the floor for the Broncos. Rockamore, who has been very good handling their offense, and his penetration's been tough. Come to Foster out on the right side. Now he drives on Berger. He pushes Berger away, loses the ball. And the Aggies pick up 2 straight turnovers now. Picked up by Keyshawn to Rowland.
Yeah, Danny's length is really giving him a lot of trouble.
Front court goes to Keyshawn out on the right side. Reed comes to Rowland between the circles. Shot clock at 20. Rowland around the left to Medlin. Getting on him Johnson. Medlin gets a screen from Clifford. Double goes back to Ben. Ben on the left side. Cross-court pass. Picked up by Rowland at 13 to shoot. Now screen coming from Keyshawn. Rolling out front for the big guy. 8 to shoot. Goes back to Keyshawn with 7 to shoot. Keyshawn rises and gets... And they call half the turnover. After all the other stuff Rockamore's done, but the Aggies lose it on a turnover.
Yeah, and that brought all the coaches to their feet, because that's exactly it. We're in an overtime game, and it's a short shot clock, and we make a call like that.
And again, Rockamore out front has been gaining control with his dribble all night long.
Exactly.
3:07 to play, and Santa Clara gets it back. 72-70. We're at 3 minutes left in overtime. Aggies by 2. MacArthur over to Rockamore. Rockamore to the left. Now again sets it up. Stops the dribble. Comes to Foster, top of the key. He wants to go left side. Now they call Berger. Too many arms in the front. That'll be 2 free throws for Foster. Exactly what he wanted there. He's trying to get the foul to try to tie the game. Foster's been in... he's had 30 against St. Louis this year. Became their all-time leading scorer here. He's been over 20 now 4 times in their 5 games. And he shoots to go for 28 here. He makes the first to get 27.
That's really an incredible stat when you're the all-time leading scorer and you've only played, this is only your 6th game of your last year. Mm-hmm. You've got all the games to play. He's quite a special player. He can score his ball.
He's been like 9 times in his career, 20s I think it is. He misses. Aggies by 1. He made 1 out of 2 free throws. It went halfway down, came out. He's 4 out of 5. Utah State by 1. 2:48 to play. Hand off the ball to Medlin out front. Medlin between the circles. Screen from Clifford. Medlin takes it over to the right. Medlin still on travel leading. Drives it down. Now down the middle to Clifford with the ball. They knock it out of his arms and he saves it. Now back to Medlin. 3-pointer on the right. Medlin, A 3 by Preston.
So the last 2 possessions, Steve's ran the offense through Preston. Kept the ball in his hand. Used it high on ball screen with Ben. Then we went inside out. He's wide open for a 3.
Ags by 4 in overtime with 2:19 left. 75-71. Utah State playing defense on Foster. Handed off Rockamore. Takes the 3. Pass it off. Charges over Clifford.
Yeah.
Then Clifford draws the charge. Mazzolini gets the personal.
That's a classic play. Ben did a great job of stepping up.
He's done that many times in practice.
He sure has. Not afraid to sacrifice himself right there.
So it was his pass that got it back to Medlin. And now the ball to Berger. Aggies by 4. 2:05 in the overtime. Rowland bringing it up on Rockamore. Camille to the front court. Down in the corner to Medlin on the right. Medlin looks for Berger underneath.
They're just draped on him.
Now out front. Oh, they're going to call Clifford for an illegal screen, and that'll be a 5th foul. And Rockamore did a great job of acting once he got the connection with Clifford. He fell down and made it really obvious there in the middle of the floor to the official to call Ben, and that's 5 fouls on Clifford. So the second Aggie to foul out of the game, and that's key to not have Mel Shaw and Clifford with 1:54 in the overtime.
Yeah, again, you're out on top of the key, in front of all the crowd with no one else around you, and when there's any contact at all, it really wasn't a flop. There's just enough contact, and he sold it, and that's when
he really sold it hard.
Yeah, he sure did.
To the referee Horace Shields, who called it.
That's right, Al.
So now with 1:54, 75-71.
Okay.
It's Rockmore in the front court. Rockmore over to the right side corner. Aggies by 4. Rockmore driving, stops baseline. Throws it out front, Trasolini. Back it goes to Rockmore. Aggies in the man-to-man. Rockmore rocks around on Keyshawn Reed and Rowland. Goes back to Trasolini. He now drives down the middle. Snipes between two and missed the lay-in. Jordan Stone has the rebound. Jordan Stone gets it off to Medlin. He missed the layup. And now Medlin in the backcourt hesitates. There he comes on Johnson. Johnson right on his hip. Get it back to Rowland with 1:25 to play. Ags by 4 in overtime. Utah State with a lead. Rowland out front on Rockmore. Cross-court pass finds Medlin, probably key. Medlin drives on Johnson. Down the middle. Pull up 5-footer. Stop. No good. Grab dropped off the rim. Rebounded Denzel Johnson. He brings it up for the Broncos. Gets it Rockmore. Long three out on the right. No good, but he got fouled by Rowland on a three-point shot. Oh, my.
Yeah, I thought Preston, they're really hand-checking Preston as he's driving to the basket.
And they don't call that, all that stuff. And then again, Medlin can't make the shot. Tufflin in the key, and then coming down, Rowland just kind of puts his arm up, and Rockmore fired up a square.
He had to shoot that from the logo out here, but the Aggies have done a great job in the overtime of guarding one-on-one, and they've really missed the first free throw there, but they've sacrificed and helped and left the big men open, and the big men have been missing shots.
So far in the overtime, they have shot 1 for 4 at the foul line. The Broncos have a good free throw shooting team. Rockmore now gets the second. Remember, he had 3 in the first half. He missed the first one and made 2, and he might do the same here now. Now here's Tonga back into the game, and MacArthur goes out with 1:06 to play. Utah State 75-72. Again, Santa Clara, the best start they've had in 44 years coming into this game. Aggies playing on the road for the first time. Rockmore does make 2 out of 3, makes it a 2-point lead. 75-73. Medlin inbound, goes over to Keyshawn, gets the ball back to Rowland in the backcourt. Now we're down to 1 minute left in the overtime. 2-point lead, Utah State. All right, Rowland, high post pass to Stone. Bounce it off the bench. And Foster fouled Danny Berger. Foster again trying to ball hawk, trying to steal the ball. Berger now gets 2 free throws. They're now to 10 fouls. So with 54.3 to go, Berger can take it back to a 2-possession game if he can make both of them here. Aggie basketball brought to you by New Horizons Beauty College. Trained in all weather styles. All services performed by students, closely supervised licensed instructors. Get a new look. New cut, color pen, New Horizons Beauty College. Danny's free throw, Rattles stays. Berger now with 9 points in the game. All right, one more for Danny. Trying to be the second Aggie to get to double figures. Made it.
Timeout Aggies.
And Steve Morrow wants to talk about things. With 54.3 to go, it's just the 30 that the Aggies have left. So they've already, I guess, used their full. So it is just a 30-second timeout for them with 54.3 to go, 77-73. Berger makes both free throws.
Yeah, huge defensive possession here. I mean, again, guarding the bounce. I mean, that's the key right now.
Well, the first thing they're probably going to try to do is quickly get to the rim, if they can, some way. You have a chance at a three-point play the old way, but you get a chance to get at least 2, get it quickly in.
There's the same situation we just were.
And the Aggies were in, and again, the Aggies made that play. And then Medlin made the three-pointer to tie it at 70-all with 2.4 to play. Medlin, Stone, Berger, Rowland, and Keyshawn Reed for Utah State. Jared Shaw's out on fouls. Ben Byford is out on fouls.
Might not be shocked if they go zone here. It's also a play where you can use a little time and
they're extending just a little bit here.
Yeah, obviously we don't want them to race up against us.
All right, Rockmore looking for the inbounds. He goes over to Foster. And he says, bring it up, Foster. Now Rowland. Now the Aggies are going to try to stop him here, the timeline here. Foster up the sideline, throws the ball. Front court of Tonga, throws it back out here to Rockmore. Now Rockmore to that crossover. Goes down to the corner. Johnson with the ball, 21 to shoot, and 38 in the game. Yeah, now crossover by Rockmore. Down the middle, he pulls up on a runner, doesn't get it. Rebound, Keyshawn had it. Grabbed by Tonga. Back to Johnson. Johnson into the middle. He traveled as he throws to Trasolini, a reverse layup, and showed it a timeout. Johnson got away with a travel. Oh, my, he got away with a travel.
You know, everything was a clinic right there. We came back, we picked him up three-quarter court, used about 6 or 7 clock. seconds to get across the timeline, and then we're in zone, and we just didn't secure the rebound.
Well, early in the regulation time, they missed an obvious goaltend on the Aggies. They missed an obvious travel on them right there. Maybe
that's
for basket. But it's 77-75 with that basket by Travellini on the reverse.
Yeah, we'll get our free throw shooting team in now.
Spencer Butterfield will come in.
Obviously, test breakers very important here. Getting the ball inbound, securing the ball. You never want to try to get fouled, but we don't want to throw the ball away as well. So,
again, that's been the big deal tonight. 24 turnovers, of course, season high.
Yeah, which is double what the average should be.
The average is 12 a game for Utah State, and that, in some ways, is a little high to what Utah State has had. In fact, last year, they had 22 turnovers against Loyola in that game in Logan in the tournament. That's the only time the Aggies were in 20 last year. All right, so Butterfield came in and replaced, it looks like, I don't know exactly who he is.
Jordan.
Oh, Jordan Stone, that's right.
So we've got 4 guards out there in Keyshawn.
Now they throw the ball to Keyshawn. Keyshawn's got it ahead of the pass. Goes in and jams! Jams it in. So Keyshawn on the breakaway dunks it at the other end. Yeah, Preston Medlin.
That might have been as big a dunk as Brady had at St. Mary's. I mean, he was draped on him and dunked it.
They're going to make sure that the clock got stopped at the right time is what they're looking for here to see. So, again, Medlin threw the ball to Keyshawn, length of the floor. Keyshawn makes the dunk, and they're trying to make sure that it's right. It should be about 23 seconds, it looks like. Makes the dunk, 22.9. It's got to come all the way through.
Just clear the rim.
They're going to put it at 22.9.
Yeah.
Is where they're going to put it.
So, again, 4-point game here, so the Aggies will probably pick up three-quarter court, soak back to their zone. A 3-point doesn't beat you right here, but a quick 2 puts you in a little bit more harm. So
he got away, and you knew he was going to the basket with authority, and he did. Inbound the ball, Travellini. Now Rockamore comes down the right, reverse dribble, drives down to the right side, gets back. Now a 3-point shot by Johnson on the right, no good. Rebound by Rockamore, 13 seconds to go. He fakes, he puts up a fourth shot, it is short, and it goes. A 3-point shot with 9 to play, and the last time out for Santa Clara. He forced it, he leaned in, it hit the front of the rim, and it had enough to drop in, and now it's a 1-point lead for the Aggies with 9 seconds to play.
Yeah, and that's the problem with going back to the zone, is you're obviously exposing yourself for a 3-point shot, but we had a chance to rebound, and there's two plays in a row we didn't secure the offensive rebound. So, that'll be something that'll show in the film room over and over. You secure that rebound, the game's over. Instead, they make a 1-point ball game with 9.1 seconds.
And again, the shot, though, to start with was such an off-balance shot anyhow. Yeah, that got everybody a little out of position to try to rebound. It's tough, but it did come over the top, and the Aggies couldn't get the rebound.
It was hard to rebound in the zone.
Immediately here, if the Aggies get the inbounds toss, then Santa Clara is probably going to foul right away, try to prolong the time on the clock, down by 1. So, and again, even if you make both free throws, it's still a 1-possession game now because of the made 3 right there.
Well, let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's see what happens here. We need to secure the inbounds pass. I think that's the most difficult thing to do here.
It is, and everybody is around it. Now they're trying to prevent the Aggies from a breakaway again, and now it's the Berger in front of their bench. He spins around, still has the ball, and they attack him, and now they call the foul with 6 seconds to play. So the Aggies got 3 seconds off the clock there while they all were ganging on Danny, but nobody fouled him hard.
It's almost the same thing that happened earlier when we were in the foul game.
So they called the foul on Johnson, I believe that was his first, and they're huddling, and there's no timeout here. Why are they huddling?
Yeah, we can shoot.
Why are they huddling? You got to get on the floor. You can't let them go over and just huddle up. And then Santa Clara's over there with no timeouts huddling up. And the officials let him get away with it, and now it'll be Berger at the foul line to shoot 2 with 6.1 to play. Danny Berger made 2 free throws in the game. He shoots 2. He misses. Still just a 1-point lead for the Aggies with 6.1.
So now you take your automatic foul out of the game so they don't shoot a 3.
Butterfield just said man, and I think that's what they said, man defense.
Well, you got to now because a 3-point will beat you.
Okay, Danny with 1 more with 6.1 to play. His free throw is good, and now it's a 2-point lead for the Aggies. All right, Foster's getting inbound the ball with 6.1 to go. Gets it to Rockamore. Rockamore coming up the right side. Rockamore with three. With one. He puts it up top of the key. It's no good. And Utah State wins it overtime. The Aggies come to Santa Clara and win it with Medlin sending it overtime. And then Utah State hands the Broncos their first loss of the season. It's Utah State 80 and Santa Clara 78.
Unbelievable finish.